Hello. Hi. Hi, Maymonin. Hi, MDK. Hello. We are back again with the great Esoteric Chronicles. And, where are we again? Yeah. We were still here, I think. My game, I'm pretty sure I saved. So we were at here, right? I swear I saved. Please tell me I saved. Oh my god. Did I not save? Oh, okay. We are still here. Oh, thank god. Scared the hell out of me. It scared the hell out of me, I swear. No, I was like, I swear I saved. Like, why does it say part 1? Oh my gosh, that like scared the shit out of me. Yeah, but how are you guys doing tonight? Hey, thank you for the 300 biddies, MDK. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate your support always. I'm going to put some nice smelling hand cream to feel extra nice, okay? Because I made 2 batches of nut milk today. My hands are very dry from washing everything and squeezing very oily nuts. So yes, I gotta make it nice and moisturized. Okay, yeah, so the previous time we got a look at Shuaisato. Okay, we got a look at Shuaisato. She's not here right now, but this is Ray, her good friend. Totally not at all unstraight for Susato. Just saying. It's just, but let's begin. Okay, today there's no nut milk because the second batch of nut milk that I made, the pecan milk test batch, ended up like really oily for some reason. I don't actually know what happened. Okay, it got really oily and it just didn't feel good drinking, so I like poured it away. But I think I will try I'll try again. I'll try and make it again, but like, who knows? We'll have to see. Okay, we'll have to see. Yeah. But in any case, yes, I have a korone today. Korone, you know, it's like a nice flaky bun thing with a custard down the center. I don't quite know how to coronet. Yeah, it's a coronet, I guess. Yeah, we have one, so I'm gonna nom on it at some point in time. And I do not have nut milk, but I do have store-bought oat milk of a brand I liked before, Minor Figures. But I don't know, lately it feels like it tastes terrible. I don't know if they changed the formulation or my taste buds have just elevated. Who knows? Hi Devin, hello. Being the detective Miyori Shiba from Divination, I am a detective diviner. Hey, let's go. Yum. Yes, very nice. And I warmed up my voice just for today, so hopefully you won't hear me go too much, okay? I'll try my best. Hi Kuro, hello. Okay, let's dive into it. I'm so sorry, Susato. I should have told you about the toxin. Ray. You have a strong sense of responsibility. I know. That's why you decided to shoulder the burden alone. No, that's not it at all. I was scared of my failure coming to light. That's all. So I hoped to retrieve the substance from the English woman before anyone found out. Before the trial started, do you remember what you said, Susato? That you had no doubt in your mind about my innocence? That you'd stand by me to the last? Oh my god, look at her sparkly eyes! Ah! I remember. And yet I I didn't deserve your trust in me. I hid important details from you, Susato. I completely betrayed your faith in me. Hit me, Susato! I deserve it! No, in fact, throw me to the floor! No wonder they're best friends, Lamau. We need the... What was it? The Susato takedown? The yeet? You know, she did the yeet thing? I don't think she'll do it to her friend, though. That's kind of mean. One more day to ace investigations. Oh my god, yes! Investigations is coming out tomorrow. I don't know, man. If I have energy, I might have a surprise stream for that, but unlikely. Unlikely. Okay, unlikely. We'll see. Let's focus on this one. No, that's too good for me as well. Drag me through the city streets. I know better, you know. Oh! Even though in my heart I knew that you'd pulled the knife blade from Miss Brett's back, there was just a brief moment when, in my mind, I doubted you. Susato. I'm sorry. After I stood here and promised you that I'll stand by you and always be on your side, I betrayed your faith in me too. And as such, I failed you as a lawyer. No. I think this situation has taught both of you a valuable lesson. Placing your unbridled faith in another is no easy task. Wait, why are my captions like not working? Give me a moment. Show the preview. Hello? Awa? You guys can hear me, right? Yeah, you guys can definitely hear me. So I don't know what's with the captioning not being enabled. It just isn't showing. Anyway. Yes, father. That fact has certainly struck home. Which is why I can see more clearly now. So, Ray... Yes? Can you find it in your heart to forgive me? Aww. She's crying! No, don't cry! Oh, Susato. You know you'll always be a gallant, dashing lawyer in my eyes now. That's it. She's in love. Okay, she's in love. Case closed. Definitely. Oh, Ray. Oh, she's so sweet, so cute. May, don't give me that look. You see the same thing that I do, okay? Just saying. I was so scared, you know, when it happened. I didn't know what was going on. The English woman was sitting at the back of the hut, listening to what I was saying. I know it was you who stole the poison. Well now, whatever do you mean? And then, a moment later, she suddenly got to her feet before collapsing on the floor in front of me, with a knife in her back. It all happened right before my eyes. And you were the only people in the hut at the time. That's right, just Miss Brett and myself. There was no one else. So I just don't understand how she could possibly have been stabbed like that. A great mystery indeed. A fitting mystery for a great ace attorney to solve. I'll try and calm down, okay? I still can't believe it happened. That's why I just couldn't bring myself to speak up. It will be alright. However it happened, and whatever really went on by the sea that day, I promise you that I'm going to prove everything you've said you saw is true. Spoken like a true Mikotoba. Nice. He's proud. Now, I think we should discuss what's coming up in the trial, don't you? We don't have much time. We must make sure we have our facts in order. Yes, I expect the poison is going to come under close scrutiny in the upcoming proceedings, okay? The police should hopefully have identified it on the blade by now. The trouble is, it's a completely new laboratory-synthesized blend of alkaloids. The police won't have any way of testing for it. Oh, I see. Yes, without this chemical reagent, it's impossible to detect the toxin. Chemical reagent? I sent a colleague of mine off with some earlier to deliver to police headquarters. I think perhaps you should have some as well, though, just in case. We're gonna use it soon, baby. Hi, Kiko. Hi, Larry Corpse. Hi, welcome in. Did I miss anything interesting? You missed a definitely very straight moment with Ray and Susato. Just thought I'll let you know. Hey.
Thanks for the hit, Pat.
The chemical reagent has been entered into the court record. Special indicator solution for new poison under development by my father's team. Ooh, okay. What's the matter, Susato? You're suddenly very quiet. It's this newspaper article. Exclusive. Deadly poison stolen from Yume Medical Research Laboratory. I'm wondering how the information got out, given that it was a government secret. It was all the English woman's doing! What? It was when the professor and Soseki-san were being interviewed at the laboratory. That so-called English lady swaned in and without any compunction said to Professor Mikotoba, "Oh, Professor, surely your guest would love to hear about your work on that substance there." It puts me in a very awkward position, to be frank. But Soseki-san's curiosity had been piqued, so I had little choice but to give him a cursory introduction. So then, Soseki-san knew about the poison. Yes, and it's highly likely that the reporter who was writing up the story about us would have caught a glimpse of the toxin too. Because he's Soseki-san's stalker. Of course, of course. Yes, Kiko, definitely straight moments, you got that? This Memo-san. By the way, did the reporter join you all when you went to the beach? Oh, no, I don't remember the reporter being there. Indeed, he shouldn't have been. I very much doubt anyone would have wanted him there. Oh? A known criminal had been given permission by the authorities to bathe by the seaside. Soseki-san pointed out that inviting a reporter might be problematic, so the man was sent back to his office. Well, is it that easy? Then why is he having a problem with a stalker reporter then? Yet he obviously didn't go back. He secretly followed the party to the beach and took this very candid photograph. And then presumably he posted it anonymously to the police. Ah! Yes, that must be what happened. Counsel! We've just heard that the new witness is now ready to testify. The trial is about to resume. Please proceed into the courtroom at once. Let's go! La 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 la! It's time to steel ourselves once again then. Defense attorney Ryutaro Naruhodo. Yes! Let's go, baby! Ray has put her faith in me now and told me everything. So I can't let her down. I have to prove that what she's telling the court is true. I have to prove what really happened that day. Let's go. Mikotoba is such a cute ribbon. I know, right? All my characters have cute ribbons. Wow, I wonder how that happened. Oh my god. This Japanese bakery's coronet is so good. It's so good. Because you know which bakery I'm talking about, but it's so good. Let me just do a little munch. 13th August, 11:30 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 1. Let's go. Is it back with bald guy? I forgot his name. Is this mukbang ASMR stream or TGA stream? Why not both? Why not both, Kuro? Don't you like both? Why have one when you can have both?
Hey.
I hereby call this court to order as we reconvene to continue the trial of Ray Membami. Mr. Aochi. That's right, Mr. Aochi. With no hair. Prosecutor Aochi, have you summoned the new witness? Mukbang ASMR TGA stream. Oh my. What a combination. You know, the thing is that I would love to do that, but if I keep eating, it's gonna affect my reading because I can't read while I eat. You get it? Before I address that question, Your Excellency, I have some very important news to share. Oh? What news? And why does he look so happy about it? During the recess, with the collaboration of Professor Mikotoba's laboratory at Yume University, the police re-examined the knife that was used to end Miss Giselle Brett's life. Excellent. I admire your rapid handling of the matter. Oh, too kind, Your Excellency, too kind. I was merely carrying out your instructions, of course. I had a reagent delivered to the police headquarters by rickshaw, so it will be there in good time. But judging by the man's swagger, I fear we might need to brace ourselves for the inevitable. Oh dear, they didn't find any. And, counsel, what were the results? This dagger, which was so cruelly used to end the life of the victim, has no trace of poison anywhere along its blade. What? What? Are you sure about that? I would stake the reputation of the police on it. Armed with the reagent, the test is extremely simple. They couldn't have made a mistake. A murder weapon has been entered into the court record. In short, the accused's feeble excuse earlier has been utterly destroyed. Ouch! Ouch! That sounded painful. Now, the prosecution is ready to call the new witness. And the newspaper reporter who managed to capture a photograph of the crucial moment. Good. Very well, officer, bring in the witness. No trace of poison on the knife. But if that's really the case, how could the toxin have entered the victim's body? He looks like he's from Detective Conan, I'm not gonna lie. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court. Write in mini memo of the Shoyu News. I'm what people like to call a journal. What's a journal, father? Do you know? It's simply a contraction of journalist. Oh, really? Okay. I'm there where the news breaks, putting pen to paper to catch those scoops so they're in print the next morning. They don't call me the hero of the Herald for nothing, the nice guy of news. Of course you call yourself a nice guy. Of course. That means he's definitely a nice guy, guys. As you can tell. Definitely. Oh! So, it was you who took this photograph, was it? Well, what have we here? I'm sorry? Oh, brace yourselves, people! Many Memo senses a scoop in the offing. Female student up to foul play defended by a curiously handsome young lawyer in Supreme Court. Curiously handsome young lawyer. I approve. Shuaisato is very handsome, yes. The readers will lap this up. We'll set it above the folded 72 point in a 5-league format for the morning edition. Huh? Right then, let's start with your name. Oh, is Ryutaro Naruhodo? Next, what made you want to become a lawyer? Why are you interviewing us? We should be cross-examining you. Am I the only one who realizes there's something wrong? I wanted to reform our country's legal system, I suppose. Ryutaro has suddenly become very ambitious, I see. He's so done. He's so done. Help. He's suddenly become ambitious. I just borrowed Kazuma-sama's dream for a while. Ace Attorney Day, that's right, why not? It's Ace Attorney Day, yay! By the way, my name is Taketsuji Aoji. That's Taketsuji Aoji. The so-called dark horse of the Supreme Court. My objections strike fear into every defense lawyer's heart. What, fear that you might make me bald? No, the readers won't buy that. Oh! What? You got burned so bad. Witness. Yes? What this court demands to know is whether or not you were responsible for the taking of this picture. True, roasted, exactly, very roasted. It was delivered anonymously to the Imperial Police Bureau only yesterday. Yeah, I wouldn't be a journal if I didn't click quick when presented with a scoop like that now, would I? Sometimes stories call out to me, sometimes I have to chase them down, but either way you've got to be fast. Fast legs to run with and fast hand to write with. It's no good if you don't note it down, I always say. Okay, this is gonna come in handy later, okay? Because he's gonna say, no, I didn't note that shit down. What are you talking about? And then we're gonna find out that he did, in fact, note it down. I'm calling it, man. That's what I call my many-memoism. Excuse me? Many-memoism? You plan to write a book, sir? Ah, yes, I remember your face. We met that day when you were interviewing myself and Soseki-san. Yes, right, that was me, Many Memo again. But you were supposed to be going back to the Shoyu news offices after our meeting. But the scoop is, I didn't. Because that Englishwoman's words had piqued my journalistic interest. Miss Brett's words? A criminal left to do as she pleases just because she happens to be a British citizen? It's worse, though. This country's judiciary is rotten to the core. Buddy, are you sure you want to say that when you're in court? Calm down, sir. Calm down. The Supreme Court's rulings aren't worth the paper they're written on. The police are just imperial pawns. Stay your tongue, young man. There are complex political issues at play. Well, anyway, I quickly jotted down those words she said in my memo pad. Are you ready? I'll read it out. Alright, it's all here. Right, here goes. I should like to go with everyone to see your country's coast. A serious criminal going on some junket. The people need to know about this. That's why I decided to sneak after them. To get the woman's story so I could hammer her in the press. Hi, Dayone. Hello. I hope you've been doing well. Hi. A reporter has to challenge the system when there are cracks. That's right. That's why I didn't become a reporter, because I wouldn't have the balls to do that. But anyway. Do you mean to say that you did indeed witness it firsthand? The grim scene portrayed in this photograph? Oh yes, I saw it with my very own journal eyes. From start to finish through the viewfinder of my trusty camera. Thank you, Memo-san. You will now give a formal testimony before the court. You will state exactly what it is that you witnessed of the events surrounding Miss Brett's death. Let's go, baby. He has an interesting name. Writing many memos, apparently. Writing many memos. Yeah, that's probably how they came up with his name. You mean many memo? Yes. The camera never lies. Hi, Komentara. The beach hut was made of shoddy old reed screens, so there are plenty of gaps I could see inside through. Sir, this does not make you a good journalist. This just makes you a pervert, okay? Okay? There are two young, very pretty women inside, and instead of being like, oh no, they should They should have their privacy to change, am I right? No, you went and you looked through the read screens supposedly for your school, but we all know you were just being a pervert, sir. Just saying, huh? English woman was sitting on a stool when a student girl came in and started arguing with her. Seconds later, the girl pulled out a knife, throwing the English woman to the floor as she stabbed her in the back. My smoldering journal spirit burst into flames. Quick as a flash, I whipped out my camera ready to click. I pulled apart the rough weave of one of the screens and poked the lens through for the perfect shot. A reporter has to look where no one dares. No, not like this. Why not? That's not a reporter. That's a pervert. Yeah. Read screens, you say? Right. You can see them clearly enough in that great shot I snapped. 51% feeling better. Oh my, did the percentage go down? Please rest, okay? The hut walls were just screens made of coarsely woven reeds. Yes, it allows the breeze to pass through and bring some relief from the summer heat. And it was a breeze for me to poke my camera through and see the whole thing hotting up. Ignoring for the time being the appalling invasion of privacy involved. Yes! Yes! Exactly! That's exactly what I was talking about! Oh my god! Freaking invasion of privacy! This asshole! Ugh! Did you witness everything that happened from the moment the defendant entered the hut? Oh yes, I saw it. I saw the whole thing from start to finish. Of course you didn't. She did not. Okay, I've played too many games. You did not see the whole thing. Yeah. I picked keys. I'm so sorry. I forgot how to read your name. Yeah, anyway. Best Ace Attorney game tied with Trials and Tribulations in my mind. It is a very good game, yes. I don't know. I like all the games because they're all special in their own way. It's a bit hard for me to rank.
Inconsistency, my world. Hello. Hi. Oh, welcome to Shibdom Rules. And oh my god, I'm so sorry I didn't notice. But hi, welcome. Thank you to ya
For the 20 months. Holy shit, it's been 20 months? 20. Amazing. Yes, almost 2 years. 4 months to go. Let's go. Wait, I saw a message somewhere. Hold on. Only reported that dares to ignore the concept of privacy can conduct proper journalism. Why not? No, not like that. Okay, I mean valid, but also please have some kind, have standards. Okay, standards.
How's the case going? It's going great.
I'm very happy because there's no Herlock Sholmes inside for the time being, so nothing's irritating me more than ouchie's almost bald head. So, anyways. Hi, Kevin Sebastian. Hello, welcome in. We're playing the Great Ace Attorney Resolve 2. We're kind of like going to cross-examine this fella. Yeah. Excuse me. But Herlock, yeah, fortunately or unfortunately, Herlock will be appearing again soon, and we're gonna find out more about him. So for the time being, I'm enjoying my peace, okay? Okay, I'm enjoying my peace. A reporter always needs to challenge the standards of normal journalism. You watch out, don't ever become a reporter. And his dancing. Okay, to be fair, his and Ryunosuke's dancing are amazing, okay? I come into this with a lot of disrespect. Hey, I'm just saying that I find myself having more peace without Herlock than with Herlock. You know, it's a comparison kind of thing. You just gotta, you know, yeah. And you say that you took the photograph during a gap in one of the through a gap in one of the screens. Luckily for me, they were pretty shoddily woven. I pulled the reeds apart and thrust the lens of my camera through the gap. Wow, that's some masculine imagery, but okay. Which means that, guys, if he could very easily do this, that means someone could very easily pull the reeds apart and then, like, probably stab that swan woman, Giselle Brett. Is her name supposed to reference anything? Is it just a brat? Is she just a brat? Rest in peace. Girl always loves to play in a game. Yes, it is a reference. Oh shit, I can't believe I only realized now. Oh, pain. Thanks for the lurk, Kumatora. Please rest until you get better. No Herlock slander. I'm just trying to be factual, okay? Would I get away with it? Or would I be seen? It was a gamble of a lifetime. Actually, yes, her name is a reference to the gun Watson uses in the novels. Well then, time to like do a reread of the novels then. I only found out about the reference the other day. Oof. I can't believe we have named guns, man. Woo. Hi Stonewall. Stonewall, thank you for talking about the trivia. A tenacity of purpose that's considered admirable in a journalist, I suppose. Run a risk one day, run a scoop the next. That's minimalism in a nutshell. At last, it would appear we have a genuine witness to this wicked crime. The evidence and testimony are extremely compelling. I believe we may be close to a verdict. No! Wonderful news, Your Excellency. Wonderful. Nevertheless, it cannot be denied that this testimony begs one very large question. What question? Aochi's hair defying gravity for real? It's defying gravity and logic to grow. This man's supposed to be bald. What is this, huh? What is this thing? Oh my gosh. It's terrible. What question? Exclusive news, a startling photograph, all the makings of an exceptional story for the reporter. Why then was the story never published? Oh, that's right! Oh, dun dun dun! Oh, thanks for the hit, Patty. It sprouts to bloom the Aochi bloodline into glory. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate, though. It seems clear to me that there are circumstances at play here that are yet to be understood. Hi, Selfie! Hello, hello! Welcome in! Ha! More pathetic excuses! It's only an excuse because it's not in your favor, sir. So stop blocking. Stop blocking. You know yeah. Anyway, hi Bless, hello. Very well then, counsel. Proceed with your cross-examination. Yes, Your Excellency. Fortunate that it didn't happen then. It didn't bloom into glory, but very unfortunately, the bloodline did continue. So that was a pain in the ass. There's more to this reporter than meets the eye. He's keeping something about this case very close to his chest. What chest? There's nothing. Okay, time to drink some of this store-bought oat milk that is disappointing. It tastes terrible now. I think it's because of the taste of homemade nut milk. The camera never lies. Okay, let's see. The beach was made of shoddy reeds. The English one was sitting on the stool. Lens through. This is. I mean, the first few seem fine, but we could really press this one. Do you swear before this court that you actually saw the precise moment when the stabbing took place? The precise moment? I didn't see just that. I saw the whole hellish scene play out from start to finish. I have here a simple plan of the beach hut. Perhaps you could use it to explain to the court exactly what you witnessed. Thank you, that will be very helpful for us. Right you are. It's all here in my many memo pad. Okay. When I first peered into the hut, I I'm sure that the English woman was on the stool at the back of the hut here. Yes, the accused's own testimony confirmed that. I'm surprised that rubber didn't loosen by now with how he keeps stretching it. You know this guy... Okay, crew, listen. That guy, you know when he's stretching that rubber, he could honestly just not say close down, like stop pursuing that journalist business and create a business making like rubber straps and stuff like that. Because I want those straps too. I want straps that will never loosen no matter how much I tug at them. Okay, let's continue. She just sat at the back of the hut, smiling sweetly, is what I've noted down. It's my turn to testify now. Try not to interrupt. Hey, shut up. Ooh. Then, the next moment as I was watching, the evil student girl entered the hut. After a while, the pair of them ended up in the middle of the hut, arguing furiously. Now, this is where it gets different, you know? The English woman went for a student, but the girl dodged out of the way. And, in a flash, plunged the knife into her adversary's back as the two passed each other. What you describe is a grim crime indeed. Yeah, you see this thing? You see this? You see this? Look at this stupid... Stop that! Objection! The student isn't evil. This guy is, okay? For being an absolute pervert. Never sugarcoat the truth. That's what memoism says. Okay, we have the plan now. By the way, Memo-san, whilst you were watching that terrible scene unfold before your eyes through the gap in the screen, did it not occur to you to try to prevent tragedy rather than capture it on film? Journals have to be observers. We can't get involved. That's a raison d'etre. I don't even know how to pronounce this. I botched it absolutely. Hold on. Let me see. Raison d'etre. I just want to listen. Pronounce? How to say raison?
Reason for being, or reason to be. How do you go about pronouncing it? For reference, in French, we would say it as raison d'être.
Raison d'être. I think that's how we go. Raison d'être. Okay, let's go. That's a raison d'être. Okay. So, you didn't converse with Miss Brett at all? Obviously not. And there's not eating into him? Yeah, that's true. Objection, Your Honor. Actually, that would be good business considering how snug it fits. Right. He's missing a brilliant business opportunity here. Holy shit. Objection, Your Honor. Evil is subjective and not truth. Indeed. Well, we'll see how it goes. An observer always remains on the outside looking in. And that's something to be proud of, is it? Your Excellency, if I may... Yes, Professor? I think the witness's last expertly phrased statement should perhaps be added to his formal testimony. Father, what are you... I will grant the defense's request. Memo-san, you will supplement your formal testimony with the aforementioned statement. Well, nihilism is the foundation of many memoism, but I'll gladly prove that my words aren't meaningless. The first I heard that phrase was from a song about Bakumatsu era warriors rocking to music. What? Raison d'etre? I never once set foot in the hut, nor spoke with the English woman. I was there only as an observer. Really? Why can many memo? Wait! Really? You didn't set foot inside the hut at all? Are you quite sure about that? Wait, I got it. I understand. We have something that proves he was in the hut. I think you may have the wrong impression of me. We're talking about a murder scene here. My nerves were stretched to breaking point already. Oh, I see. You were scared? Maybe I did have the wrong impression of you, yes? It was all I could do to stifle a scream and hold my hand steady enough to snap the shot. You really should have summoned help before thinking of your camera. Many-memoism and humanism don't always agree. And most of the time in those instances, many-memoism comes out on top. As a sculptor of stories, sometimes I have to be cruel for my art. Yes, that's spot on. Surely he's making all this up. He claims to have spied the whole affair from start to finish. If true, his testimony is devastating. But it does seem as though he's holding something back, doesn't it? If that's how you feel, I suggest that you trust your instincts and press him on everything he said. Ryutaro looks so done, I love it. Right? He's just like, As you've no doubt seen done many times before in your role as judicial assistant. Yes, I have! I have seen witnesses like this pressed often. I know exactly what to do. Let's go, baby. We know what to do. Oh, then what's this? Huh? What's this then? What's this then? Memo-san, until now, I've had a firm belief that newspapers are in the business of uncovering and publishing the truth. You're spot on there. The press doesn't lie, which is why I'm proud to wear the emblem of the Shoyu News on my arm. Isn't that the emblem we saw on the pen? Oh, whoa. In a way, that's more many-memoism. Sadly, though, it seems the journalists who write for those papers don't always share the same passion for the truth. What are you suggesting with those recriminatory words, counsel? Memo-san, do you recognize this fountain pen? This pen was found at the scene of Miss Brett's death. In fact, the murdered victim was gripping it in her hand as she died. Reporters aren't liars, only propagandists lie. Why not calm down a bit, Lamau? Reporters often lie. White lies, you know? But the problem only comes when the lies become incredibly devastating for someone else. What are you? If you look at the barrel of the pen, you'll notice that its owner's initials are engraved there. RM. Yes, thank you for bringing that up, counsel. The initials of the accused, Raymond Bami. Is it a coincidence, I wonder, that your initials are also RM? No! Raiten Many Memo RM. That horse dung! Can't you see? One of the central tenets of many memoism is being a pencil user. And yet, as the court will clearly be able to see on your right hand, there's a very obvious blue ink stain. It will appear that you must have rather carelessly left it somewhere recently. Your favorite fountain pen, that is. Horsey horse dung!
Hi Zero, hello! Hope you're doing great today. I am, thank you, E! Thank you for coming.
Yes, very happy to welcome all of you in this evening of rest in peacing for sheep. Memo-san, is it not the case that before she died, you met with Giselle Brett in that beach hut? A crew is licking lead fine? Licking ink is a good idea. I don't know which is worse, lead of that time or ink. Technically it's pencil lead. But lead of that time is very different from lead now, you know what I mean? Why should we listen to this absurd nonsense? It's nothing but another excuse. Exactly. Shoyu News will stand behind me all the way. I deny everything. There must be as many people with the initials RM as there are stars in the night sky. The defense has neither the time nor the inclination to count every star in the sky. And there's no need anyway, because this pen has more to tell. Yes, there's another clue. A clue that undeniably proves who its owner really is. In that case, counsel, the defense will now show the court where this alleged clue lies. Let's go, baby. Of course, Your Excellency. A clue on this fountain pen that clearly reveals its owner's identity is... Hey, baby, let's go. Oh, Kokoda! As well as the initials, there's also an emblem on this fountain pen. An emblem that you will, of course, recognize, Memo-san. Goodness me, it's the emblem of the Shoyu News. Dun, dun, dun. In other words, the owner of this pen is an employee of the Shoyu News whose initials are RM. Suddenly, the stars in the night sky don't seem so numerous, do they? Oh, shit. She's laying it on thick, baby. Well, Memo-san, how do you respond? No! GG.com. Custard coronet is so good. Custard coronet is so good. Oh. Could the chief found guilty? Absolutely not. .com, not .sg. Why would it be SG? Order, explain yourself, witness. So, this is how the mighty Supreme Court works, is it? Using coercive tactics that well-meaning citizens reveal harmless secrets. Oh? I've used nothing but honest tactics. Alright then, fine. I won't try to hide it anymore. Yes, not long before that grim tragedy unfolded, I, a Shoyu News reporter, on behalf of the public, conducted an interview with the English woman. You know, you should have really talked about this before everything happened, you asshole. Why not? I would prefer if I don't share that information unless people ask. Like, please don't take it upon yourself to share that information. Like, I will only share it when I want to, lol. Hi, Nyla Stormhold. Hello, welcome in. An interview? You never mentioned this before? When exactly was this? As I said, it was before the evil little student girl showed her face in the hut. It couldn't have lasted more than 2 or 3 minutes, that's all. It was just a brief exchange. But it came to nothing. And as we many memoists say, the people don't pay their dues for unworthy news. However insignificant you deem it to be, this court cannot overlook the meeting between yourself and the victim. You will testify now under oath about the precise nature of this meeting and what transpired. Got it, yes, alright. But... on one condition. Condition? In all good conscience, I couldn't speak out alone about this. You need to call back the earlier witness, Soseki Natsume-san. What? Soseki-san? Oh yes, according to my notes here, that man has a secret of his own. Embrace yourselves, because it's not a harmless one. It's big. What? What? Many memoism states that one man's secret is every other man's front page story. Very well, I grant the witness's request in this instance? Officer, summon the earlier witness back to the stand. Soseki-san, hiding something? Ah, yes, our forever anxious. I asked the English woman for an interview, but she declined, so I left the hut without making a fuss. Then, watching secretly from outside, I saw the woman being stabbed and the other witnesses come running. The detective realized that the victim still had a pulse, so he ran off to fetch help. That's when this writer man here asked the woman a very significant question. But he didn't say anything about that in his testimony, which is why many memoism demands I reveal it now. Cheap's hiding something? Yes, that's right. I've been hiding something from all of you. Yes, that's right. This coronet, I did not buy this. It was my mom who bought it for me. Gasp. Oh my gosh. Secrets revealed. Oh! Gasp. I didn't buy this coronet myself. My mom bought it for me. Hiding the nut milk. Even if the nut milk turns out to be mostly oil, would you still want to drink it? Is he like a third eye or something? I don't know, really. He's just so spooked. You mean to say the victim? The victim regained consciousness? Ah, well, and when she did, you decided to ask her a question? That's, true, yes. He did, and that's not all. The woman gave him a very definite answer. An answer that incriminates the accused. Oh my gosh. This is preposterous! Why am I only hearing about this now? Why didn't you mention this before, you yokel hack?
It wasn't even a conversation!
Yes, I did pose the withering English rose a question, I don't deny it. But she could no longer speak. She was barely conscious even. Counsel for the defense, I expect a thorough cross-examination to be conducted here. This court must and will know the truth. Absolutely, Your Excellency. The reporter is claiming that Miss Brett implicated Ray somehow. What on earth could have happened in that hut? The witness's secrets. Ooh, spooky. I asked the English woman for an interview, but blah 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 blah. Alright, you already said this before. Let's see. Watching secretly. I saw that. We need to know what question it was. What question? What exactly did he say? Well now, you should hear that from the horse's mouth, I think. Don't you, Mr. Writer Man? Jack! Out with it, you yokel hack! What did you say to her? What did you say to the dying Englishwoman? Well, in truth, I've been catching crabs at the water's edge and building castles in the sand, you see? Well, the seaside is a place to be at leisure, I suppose, even for grown men. But then all of a sudden, from that little beach hut, a young girl's panic-stricken cries for help pierced the air. Ray! I ran up the beach to see what was happening, to find the defendant leaning over the collapsed victim. As soon as Inspector Hosonaga saw Miss Brett on the ground, he sprinted off to get help. And then, just a moment later, I heard a faint moan. A moan from the dead English woman.
I nearly jumped out of my skin!
But what did you ask her, Soseki-san? I asked her, who did this to you? Don't protract this any longer. How did the woman respond?
She said nothing in response!
But... When in a stand, you will answer the questions asked of you unambiguously. Now, without evasion or reticence, I demand that you amend your testimony.
I will!
He is always on the verge of a nervous breakdown. What the hell? I asked her who did this to you, but she never replied. She just lifted a trembling finger and pointed in the direction of the defendant. This is very interesting. Miss Brett pointed a finger at the defendant? Soseki-san, is that really true? It's not easy to stand here and say this, but when we first entered the beach hut, the English woman was sprawled on the floor before us, with the student girl standing on the far side of her. And when I asked, who did this to you? The English woman summoned her last ounce of strength to point a trembling finger at the back of the hut. Which was, it can't be denied, in the direction of the student girl who stands accused today. No. Soseki-san, why on earth did you neglect to mention this in your original testimony? But fiddlesticks, I say! This is not a British court of law. You will respond in Japanese, so she said it in English, so that would be funny. Yes, of course, the English woman did point her finger towards the back of the hut. But I was trembling, and she was trembling. And everything was a blur. And thinking about it, I feel as though perhaps she was pointing in a slightly different direction. Japanese? Yeah, my type of Japanese, just saying. Actually, no, not slightly. In a very different direction to where the student girl was standing. So somewhere at the back of the hut where nobody was standing at all. Yep, this man's got a third eye. Confirmed. You mean that your memory of events and the direction in which the victim was pointing are both unclear? Yes, that's it! Unclear! I'm very, very unclear. Your Excellency, surely this proves the matter beyond all reasonable doubt. Yes, the woman may barely have been conscious, and yes, perhaps her finger wavered slightly. But there can be no doubt that this was an attempt by the victim to confirm the identity of her assailant. Why? Because as the court can see, there was no one other than the accused in the direction the victim was pointing.
You know who else is in the direction where she is pointing? The guy sticking the damn camera through the reeds.
It is now abundantly clear that no one besides the accused could possibly have committed this crime. I'm inclined to agree. And in the absence of any credible argument to the contrary, I believe we can now conclude this trial. No! No! Huh? Hey, the headline's writing itself! Dashing lawyer's hopes dashed. 92 point across the whole page. We'll do an extra edition. This is a serious blow, Susato. Unless we're able to identify the true culprit and substantiate our claim with evidence, the judge will give his ruling and the trial will be over. But that's impossible, Father! We don't even know how the crime was committed yet. Impossible though the task may seem, we have no choice. We must think back over everything we've learned thus far. Somewhere in all those details, I'm confident we'll find the clue we need.
Hello, Fate. Hello.
Ray gave us her account of how events unfolded in the defendant's antechamber before the trial resumed. She told us what happened at the precise moment Miss Brett was killed. The English woman was sitting at the back of the hut listening to what I was saying. And then, a moment later, she suddenly got to her feet before collapsing on the floor in front of me with a knife in her back. How could Miss Brett have been stabbed in the back in a beach hut that was empty but for herself and Ray? Somewhere amid all the information we've gathered so far, there must be an answer to that question. I take it then that the defense has nothing further to add. So, the gallant Yoko student's luck finally runs out. I can't say I'm surprised. In that case, I am ready to deliver my final verdict on this matter. This is a crucial turning point now. If I can establish what really happened, it's over. Where was the real culprit hiding? And how did he or she stab the victim?
I know how. Ikiyami.
Your Excellency, I respectfully ask you to postpone your adjudication for the time being. Oh? To what end, counsel? The defense would like to present the court with an alternative theory. An alternative theory that can explain who the victim was actually trying to implicate with her dying gesture. An alternative theory? Ha! None exists. There was someone else present at the scene who could have committed this crime. What? And the victim, Miss Brett, tried to reveal who it was to those around her at the time by mustering all her remaining strength and pointing a trembling finger in the killer's direction. This is fiction, fantasy. Very well. As you seem so sure of yourself, counsel, I am prepared to hear your alternative theory. So, young Ryutaro Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency. You will present your latest theory to the court by means of this plan. At the moment the victim was stabbed, where exactly are you proposing the culprit was concealed? Well, let me look at the photo again. Okay, let's examine. So it's somewhere like a bit to the left, I think. It's a bit to the left. Okay, so conceal. It seems like they were here. Here? I think it's somewhere here. True culprit was in this area here. Where she was sitting? There, counsel? That's right, Your Excellency. I believe the culprit was hiding in the location I've indicated. Why? Oh, well, that's rather... Oh, shit. Where she was sitting, really? Okay, fine. I'm sorry. Directly behind the seat. Oh, right. Sorry. Okay, this is the seat, right? Here, then. Here. There we go. Naruhodo-san would never give up, and I'm a Naruhodo now. The true culprit who fatally stabbed Miss Brett was concealed in this location here. Are you mad, counsel? You're suggesting the culprit was outside the hut. Marriage confirmed? What do you mean marriage confirmed? What? Order! But student lawyer Naruhodo-san is quiet. That makes no sense at all. You've just pointed out the exact spot where I was hiding to get my scoop snap. Don't review shit like that. But I didn't see any suspicious individuals loitering about. I can swear to that. Maybe you are the suspicious individual loitering about? You ever thought about that? Mr. Raiten Many-san? Yeah. Obviously, if the culprit had been outside the hut, there's no way that he or she could have stabbed the victim who was inside the hut. Actually, Prosecutor Aoji, there is a way. In point of fact, the defense can provide evidence strongly suggesting that is precisely the way Miss Brett was killed. You're bluffing! You're bluffing, you yokel! The defense's assertion is clearly too fantastical for the court to comprehend. You will need to give us more guidance, counsel. What piece of evidence corroborates your theory that the victim was stabbed from outside the hut? Which one was it? Oh, sorry. Picture. I think it's this one. Well, I've presented it now. But I haven't the first idea why I chose this piece of evidence. Counsel, you're suggesting that this piece of evidence bears out your theory as to how the victim was stabbed? It's something of a windfall, Your Excellency. I think the word you're looking for, counsel, was downfall. No! If your theory is correct, and the knife was thrust into Miss Brett's back from outside the hut, there should be a visible trace somewhere. A trace? Yes, on the hut itself. Armed with that idea, I must look through the court record again. Go ahead, okay? Oh, there we go! Look, there is a hole! There is a very slim hole. That's a very cool... The original photographic print of the crime scene? Yes! It's clearly visible in this print. The trace of the fatal thrust that was delivered from outside the beach hut. Do you take us for fools? There's no hint of any such thing. I'm not sure that everyone present will agree. Someone, at least, appears to have noticed what it is that I'm referring to. Ooh. Counsel, once again, I must call on you to be explicit for the court. Where on this photograph is a trace of the stabbing which you claim took place from outside the hut? Look closely just here. In the screen at the back of the hut, you can see the effects of a blade having been forced through the reeds. No! I can't! I can't see any such thing! It's true that the hut in question had 4 walls as you'd expect. However, by parting the reeds, a knife blade could easily penetrate them. This is extraordinary! Yes! The true culprit actually stabbed the victim from outside the beach hut. He needs his glasses checked. Indeed, right? And of everyone present at the scene, there is only one person who could have done that. Only one person who was directly outside the hut when Miss Brett was killed. Like Ken Memo-san, it could only have been you. And those Japanese glasses are indeed of good quality. You should try the British glasses, right? This preposterous idea leaves me almost speechless. Just look at the photograph again. The victim lies almost exactly in the center of the beach hut, does she not? Are we to assume, as part of this farcical scenario, that the assailant was a knife thrower? No, of course not. We're not? If you recall the testimony of the defendant about the events just before the victim's death, inside the beach hut, I confronted Miss Brett. But she just sat on a stool at the back of the hut, smiling sweetly at me as if she knew she was untouchable. A stool? Have another look at the photograph. The slit in the reed screen, with a line perfect with the back of a person who was sitting on that stool. My word! So, in fact, the victim was killed whilst sitting on that stool by a stab wound to her back delivered through the reed screen. Having been attacked, Miss Brett rose to her feet instinctively. But then, unable to speak, she collapsed on the floor in the middle of the hut. Before the defendant, Membami-san's appalled eyes. And that, Your Excellency, is the truth of what happened on the beach that day. Hi, Aaron. Hello.
Hi, Heido. Hello, hello.
He did though.
He diddy witty.
By your silence, Menimemo-san, I take it that you don't deny the charge. Is he going to come back for round 2?
Oh, thanks for the hydrate. I'll hydrate.
And while I'm at it, have another bite of this very yummy koromet. Gosh, I love it so much. No rep. Your avatar is so cute. Oh, thank you, Heido. Thank you. My VTuber parents worked really hard on it. So thank you. This is absurd! That will do. It would appear that we have a tacit admission of guilt from the witness. Accordingly, this court has successfully established the truth of this matter, which means that the defendant, Membami-san, is innocent of the crime. Oh, thank goodness! I finally made him cave. I must say, I've never been more proud. Is it really the end, though? No, this can't be. The OG clan can't. What of my growth? My growth of hope. It wasn't all an apparition. I can't accept this. I won't. I see no reason for the continuance of this trial. I will therefore move to conclude proceedings by delivering my final verdict and...
Hold it!
I knew it wasn't gonna be over so soon. Oh well, this is all very convenient. This is how the highest court in our mighty empire delivers justice, is it? Suppressing well-meaning citizens' freedom to speak and branding them as criminals? But we've established that the victim was stabbed from outside the hut through the reed screen walls. And no one but you was in place at the time to have his hand on the hilt of the blade. It's a perfectly logical deduction. So, your argument hinges on the location of whoever stabbed the Englishwoman, does it? Well, it seems a little irrelevant now. Irrelevant? Where she was stabbed, how she was stabbed, it doesn't matter. I mean, whether she was stabbed at all makes no difference if you think about it. After all, this trial's already shown the whole thing hinges on something else. What? What are you talking about? Brace yourself, little man. I'm talking about the fact that everything's changed because of the dirt you dug up. What? Enough obscurity. Explain yourself, witness. What's to explain? I'm talking about the poison, of course. The poison? Let's ask the professor for comment on the situation, shall we? I understand that a deadly poison you're developing was stolen from your laboratory, correct? And it's been shown that this poison was administered to the victim. Miss Brett, is that right? That is correct. The unusual constriction of the victim's pupils are a sure sign that this particular poison was used. I see. So, presumably, that means that the victim already had the poison in her body before she was stabbed? Ah! Given that her pupils were clearly constricted, it seems highly likely, yes? If she had been dead already, the poison could not have circulated in her blood. I'm confused. How refreshing to hear the argument of a metropolitan mind. Precisely. It matters not a jot who stabbed whom in the whose back and with whose blade. Because, quite simply, the Englishwoman's life was taken not by the knife, but by the poison. But that can be explained by the poison being on the blade, as I already... No? Forgotten already, half-wee yokel? During these very proceedings, the laboratory of the professor at your side assisted in proving that the blade of the weapon used to attack the victim had no trace of poison on it whatsoever. So let me get this down. The facts, as skillfully established by the defense in this trial, turn out to be a headline-making red herring. Is that about right? Well, yeah, it's not gonna be this easy, baby. It ain't gonna be this easy. Order, order, order! But where does this leave us? How, in that case, did the poison enter the victim's body? There is an undeniably obvious answer to that. The lady most likely imbibed it. You mean she drank it? Have another look at the photograph here. As you can see, a bottle of carbonated water and a glass had been knocked onto the sandy floor of the beach hut. Poison could have been slipped into either. So somebody made Miss Brett drink it. Well, what do you know? Look at those dashing eyes. This will make a great front page shot. What happened to the Swan Woman? The Swan Woman dead, Yost Marvin. She dead. And we're trying to figure out, like, how she died, yeah. Hey, why the bewitching stare? After all, I'm the last person you should be looking at. It will make no sense at all that I poisoned the woman, would it? I mean, that's been established already. Established? What are you talking about? Don't tell me you've forgotten. That's a little hard to believe, given that the person who established it was you. Oh shit, no! Oh, me? What on earth does he mean? Ooh, let me capture those wide eyes. This is prime press fodder, this is. It would seem that this trial is not destined to end yet, after all. I hereby call upon the witness to give further testimony. That's great, that is. Let me get a shot of that magnificent beard, Your Excellency. You claim it to be impossible that you were the one responsible for administering the poison to the victim. You will explain to the court in your testimony the basis upon which you make such a claim. Did you think you're gaslighting her murderer? What? I'm a journal, and I'm a man. I've never tried to run or hide from anything in my life. Sorry. And I'm not about to start now, because that's many memoism. For a brief moment, I thought I illuminated the truth, but it slipped right back into obscurity again. Just where is this trial going to take us? Let's go, baby. Drink some oat milk. Complete innocence. Oh yes, I stabbed the English woman. And it's that very fact that proves I'm innocent. He just admitted to freaking stabbing her! What? Stabbing her? No! Because why would I have bothered to stab the woman if I had already poisoned her? When I heard the stupid girl and that pompous English murderer arguing, it got my goat. If the court weren't going to punish Brett for what she did, someone else would have to see justice done. So, you admitted then that everything happened as I described? That you're the one who stabbed Miss Brett in the back through the read screen? You can blame this miserable country of ours. You still stabbed her though, somehow? A country that bows to the pressure of foreign powers and lets murderers walk free. What kind of future can a country like that have? That's why I did it. I did what our pathetic leaders didn't have the guts to do. Slap bang in the middle of the charming lady's back, I plunged the blade of sweet justice right in there. As someone who spends his life seeing that the truth is told, I feel really, really off about giving false information in my testimony before. But as it turns out, there was somebody else who had it in for the victim and got to her before me. Huh? Dun 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 dun! Dun 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 dun! That's right, you guessed it. That pretty little student girl. Now there's a woman after my own heart. What, really? What? You're implicating Ray again. She's the one who gave the poison to the English woman and ended her pitiful existence. And suddenly, snap! This journal here is off the hook. The argument is sound, certainly. If the witness had administered the poison himself, he need only have waited for it to take effect. Subsequently, stabbing the victim in the back would have been entirely nonsensical. And therefore, this reporter had nothing to do with the poisoning. Yes, it's all quite logical. No, there's no way he had nothing to do with it. He knows about this poisoning. Not poisoning, he knows about the poison. He knows what this poison can do. He was in a position to like nick some of it, okay? He probably put it in the pen now. See, he's gaslighting the court now. He's gaslighting, yeah! That's the word. That's right, it is logical and true. I'm glad you've all seen the light. Justice at last! This is unbelievable! And after I've made so much progress in proving his guilt, is he going to get away with it now? Of course you see the light. It's me. I'm your light. Think of Kazuma-sama and Naruhodo-san. They never stopped looking for a way forward until the judge's final gavel. Very well then, counsel. Proceed with what I assume to be your final cross-examination in this trial. Yes, Your Excellency. Let's go, baby. Sorry, Shiba, it's too bright. I've almost touched the thigh button. Oh no! Complete innocence. Oh yes, I stabbed the English woman. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Okay. I get a feeling I don't have to press anything. It's probably about the evidence. Where's the student girl and the compass? If maybe I'll look for the hint. If the victim had unwittingly taken the poison already, the reporter would have had no reason to stab her. On the face of it, that logic sounds entirely reasonable. But there's no question that this man was responsible for Miss Brett's murder. If we could think of a plausible explanation as to why he might have stabbed her even after the poisoning, I feel sure that everything would drop into place. That's what we should be looking for. Yes, I agree. And in order to do that, I must try to glean more information. Okay, so we do have to cross-examine. Oh, we can always just press everything. So, you do admit that you had murderous intentions towards Miss Brett then? Ha! The woman's very existence offended my sense of justice. Your sense of... he's claiming some sort of righteous indignation? She was pure evil, a cold-blooded killer who committed murder right here on our empire's soil. But did our good-for-nothing government do anything? Not a chance. So I had to step in. Fly the flag of justice, put things right for the people. Yes, it was my civic duty. That's what drove me to do it. So, in summary, murderous intentions then. Whatever you want to call it, the point is this. That Englishwoman was a blight, so I had to do what was right for society. Yet, the real wrong was done by the student girl in the dock, a crime for which she must pay. Hey, shut up, no one asked you. Obviously, because the poisoning was nothing to do with me at all. Really? So you still maintain that you didn't give the poison to the victim? Obviously, that would be like putting a belt on your trousers when you're already wearing braces like these. Oh, she's proud of these bracers. Oh, these are called braces. The accused administered the poison, following which this witness stabbed the victim. An unforgivable act, certainly, but not one of murder. That crime rests on the accused's shoulders. That is how the law works, you see, Yoko? Hi, Napeta. Hello, welcome in. Who knows, you may even learn something here today. Cha-cha-chan! 2 consecutive attempts on her life in the space of minutes? Quite a day for the victim, yeah, quite a day, you know? Maybe she shouldn't have freaking killed someone, you know? You get my drift? Do something that evil and you've got it coming. That's how the law works, the law of reckoning. That's not the kind of law this court upholds. Kill. Fate, that's what you do with your E6 S5 DPSs, okay? We're here about solving the mystery behind the killing, not to kill. I will reiterate why you were compelled to stab the victim then, witness. What exactly were they arguing about? About what happened in the restaurant 9 months ago, that's what. The student girl was laying into the Englishwoman for killing her beloved mentor, Dr. Wilson. Oh shit! Yes, John H. Wilson, a professor of medicine, invited to hear from England by Professor Mikotoba, no less. Kill. No! If no one survives, no one knows. I will testify that fate did murder someone. Okay, sir. Now kill Napeda, no kill. Right, but the Englishwoman just jeered. Her case was to be heard by the British Consular Court in Shanghai. However, there is little doubt that she would simply have been acquitted and sent back to her homeland a free woman. It was eating that student girl up inside. You could see it. I really felt for her. Hold it. Ooh. Oh. Aha. My girl Ray. Beautiful. You know what's sexy about her? Her balls. She really went out and was like, yes, I'm the accused, but like, I will speak. I can't stand here and listen to this tripe. Ray, young girl, you stand accused here. You can't just blurt out whenever you feel like it. No, you can't. Sorry, but I'm in the middle of some very important testimony here. Just keep quiet and listen. But this awful man is making all of this up. Ray's as pretty as you.
Is that so?
I hope you find Ray pretty. If not, that would be kinda awkward, Napeda. But thank you. Susato, please, you have to make them listen. Return to the dock at once, Membami-san. We are in the middle of a cross-examination. Your Excellency, please, I implore you. That journalist is clearly not a trustworthy witness. Exactly! He's a filthy, rotten, black-hearted, bigoted, dirty, great peeping Tom. Whoa, take it easy there. Please, I really think the court should hear what the defendant has to say. Your Excellency, I see no need whatsoever to entertain the accused's remarks. I will grant the request of the defense. But, Your Excellency! This is likely to be the final cross-examination of these proceedings. As such, I believe it would be ill-advised to stifle the defendant's obvious concerns. Thank you, Judge. Oh my gosh, finally someone smart. Oh my god, yeah. But nothing Ochi. Yeah. Ochi's annoying as hell.
Welcome to the Shibdom Rules. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you enjoy yourself here. I hope you continue enjoying yourself.
So, whilst recognizing that this contravenes regular protocol, I hereby call upon the defendant to speak. Oh! Thank you so much, Your Excellency! Let's go! It was nothing to do with Dr. Wilson. We were discussing the stolen poison. If the courts weren't going to punish, okay, we probably have to press this as well, right? The stolen poison that killed the victim, you mean? I suspected her of being the one to steal it. I mean, just think about how she killed Dr. Wilson. That's true. Additionally, Miss Brett certainly had knowledge of the new poison. But surely it would be no easy task to steal a highly secret toxin being developed for the government. Indeed, all visitors to the laboratory are thoroughly searched when they leave.
It was hidden in the bed.
Even if a thief managed to avoid being seen by myself or a colleague, getting the poison out would be very difficult. That's true! I pestered Professor Mikotova until he agreed to show me the poison when I visited his laboratory. Whose pen? Probably, this guy's pen. But as I left, I was searched from top to tail. Miss Brett rather bluntly revealed the existence of the toxin we've been developing, you see? And since Soloseki-san expressed such an interest in it, I felt unable to refuse. Obviously, I gave nothing away other than the fact that it was an extremely potent substance. I'm very ashamed of myself. It's just that I've had a singularly terrible experience with a deadly poison.
Hello, welcome in. It's been a while. Ooh, hello, how are you?
I wanted to look my old enemy in the eye. Surely you can understand that. To find out if my suspicions were true, I confronted Miss Brett about the poison. I told her that if there were to be an incident involving it somehow, it wouldn't just be the university. The military would be dragged into it. The whole government even. It would be a complete disaster. And how did Miss Brett respond to your concerns? My eyes are closed. I mean... That's true, his eyes are closed, Lamal. She just curled those beautiful lips of hers and said she didn't know the first thing about it. In English, actually. Ah, yes, Many Memo-san, one small question, if you don't mind. I do mind. Can't you see I'm busy? Clearly, you were outside the beach hut, listening in whilst the defendant and Miss Brett were conversing. Presumably, then, it was you who wrote this article about what you'd heard?
Oh, well,
This is the oh moment. Exclusive, deadly poison stolen from Meiji Medical Research Laboratory. The story was published in this morning's edition of Shoyu News. The details are too accurate for it to have been written by anyone else. Sorry, don't know what you're talking about. Yes, look at this! The entire article is almost what I said to Miss Brett, word for word. Yeah! Well, Many Memo-san? As a journal and as a citizen of a free country, I don't have to review my sources. That's a founding principle of many memoism. Father's clearly right about this. The reporter did write that article, and he based it on what he overheard from outside the hut. The details of the poison article have been updated in the court record. Your career is over, Many Memo, you asshole. So that's what it was all about. You were trying to cover up the fact that you were listening in. That's why you came out with that stinking story about me arguing with her. Shut up! My stories never stink. Bullshit, disgracing the credibility of a reporter. See what I mean?
thank you.
Yeah, Chipmunk came in, so that was a bit awkward. Never mind. Look, whatever you say, little girl, it doesn't alter the facts. Your Excellency, there's something I want to say, and I want it to go on record. I cannot let him disrespect the honor of a reporter. Are you a reporter by trade?
Hi, Almond. LOC accidentally turned on like 10 taps of your stream. How did you accidentally turn on 10 taps of my streams, Almond?
I mean, I'm flattered, but how? Like 2 taps is an accident, but 10? That's deliberate, man.
Very well, you may amend your formal testimony.
No, but I did study reporter ethics in university. Well, I was a mass communication student, so yes, we did a lot of reporter-like stuff, including hounding people for interviews. It was just to survive, but it was also annoying, you know, for both sides. Lol. Very nice, very nice. Good to hear that you're applying what you learned. Hearing 10 cheeps, that's too much power for anyone to have.
The point is, if you poison someone, there will be no reason to then go and stab the person as well.
Really? Okay. I clicked the link, the stream didn't load, so I kept on clicking and then 10 taps of Google. I see. My condolences to Google Chrome. It eats up so much RAM.
Perhaps you doubted the efficacy of the poison and sought to make sure your victim would die. That's horse dung.
What?
That would be like pouring pepper on your Chinese ramen before you even tasted it. Completely reckless.
Although, it might surprise you to learn that I am a bit of an impetuous pepper pourer as it happens. Once the victim had taken the poison, she would have been only minutes away from death. And yet, this man then proceeded to stab her in the back as well. There has to have been a good reason for that. If it was the reporter who gave the poison to Miss Brett, then clearly, he must have done it prior to Ray entering the hut. Yes, that's undeniable. But between him leaving the hut and the victim being stabbed, there was one very crucial change in the situation. Sorry? What change? The reporter overheard the conversation between Ray and the Englishwoman. Ah! Yes, that's it! Why is this dude licking the tip of the pencil? I have no idea, he's just weird like that. That's when Memo-san first found out the exact nature of the poison he used. That could be the key here. Dun, dun, dun. If the victim had unwittingly taken the poison already, the reporter would have had no reason to stab her. On the face of it, that logic sounds entirely reasonable. But there's no question that this man was responsible for Miss Brett's murder. I mean, I think we went through this already. Let's go. Let's see. Let's examine this. The label appears to be written in a foreign language that I don't know. It's German, so your knowledge of English is going to be of little help here, I'm afraid. Couldn't you just have written medicine on it in Japanese? Then we'll all be able to read it. German is the international language of medicine, my dear. But yes, I can certainly see the merit in labeling the bottle in Japanese. Though I'm not sure medicine would be entirely appropriate. Okay, what about this? Okay, we don't really have much to like. We've already seen all of this. No, there's nothing. Okay. A small amount of liquid. I feel like... Imagine getting a letter. What did the newspaper say? Stolen. Even the smallest amount entering the body, either via the mouth or via mouth from the poison-laced blade, would prove fatal in minutes. Oh. Onset of symptoms occurring in minutes, blah 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 blah. Hmm? Only that deters the salesman equipped. Oh, that's true. Quite. We already saw. I know why he stabbed her. I mean, it's like... We could try. Oh my gosh, it is! Well, I can think of one reason. What? What? But before I explain, I'd like you to confirm something for the court. Did you glean all the information for this newspaper article from what you overheard outside the hut? Of course he did! There can be no question of that! After all, when we were all in the laboratory together, we were told that it was a terrible toxin. And there is one more important fact to consider. According to the witness, Membami-san's verbal attack against the victim began as soon as she entered the hut. In other words, it would have been impossible for her to have slipped the poison into Miss Brett's drink. Where are you going with this, counsel? Memo-san has made it quite clear that he observed every single thing that happened in the beach hut. If the defendant had somehow found an opportunity, this man would have seen it. Gag! Which means that Miss Brett couldn't have imbibed the poison while the defendant was present. In fact, it must have been administered to her before Membami-san entered the hut. Yes, very articulately put. When I walked into the hut, I immediately started to press Miss Brett about the poison. At which point, Memo-san overheard some worrying information. Worrying information? What worrying information? The information which he subsequently included in his newspaper article, namely, that the poison was being developed in strict secrecy and that it couldn't be readily obtained. Absolutely. In fact, that's quite an understatement. The only possible place it could come from is my lab. And furthermore, anyone afflicted by the poison will exhibit telltale signs in death. The extreme constriction of the pupils. Yes, it's quite stark when you see it. The symptoms would have given him away. There are other poisons that show similar symptoms, but not among new substances that are undetectable. In other words, it would be clear that the victim's life had been ended by the use of this particular poison, which would reduce the number of suspects to only a handful of people. Everyone in my laboratory is aware of the unique properties of the toxin we've been developing. None of them would be foolish enough to attempt to use it for some nefarious deed. Membami-san being no exception. Therefore, we can conclude that whoever administered this unique poison to the victim was a layperson, unaware of its telltale properties. In other words, someone like you, right, Memo? Let's go! We are going! The music slaps! It was you who stole the poison from the laboratory that day. And it was you who administered it to the unwitting victim. But you quickly realized that was a terrible mistake. Because the poison caused such unusual symptoms and was so traceable. As you listened in from the far side of the beach hut's thin walls, You learned of these facts, but you'd already given the victim the poison at that point. It was too late. So you hatched a plan to disguise your mistake. A plan that involved stabbing the victim in the back through the read screen. But what good could that possibly do? Isn't it obvious, Counsel? The plan was to kill Miss Brett before the poison could take effect. Dun, dun, dun. Once in the blood, the poison causes the onset of pupil constriction, but he had hoped to precipitate the victim's death before that happened, hadn't he? Exactly. Because without any revealing signs of the new secret poison's use, no one would ever have suspected. This is extraordinary. Yes, the effects of the poison meant it would be too easily identified, so the killer had to mask its use, which he attempted to do by plunging a knife into the middle of the victim's back. Well then. Order! 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 The argument presented is sound. The court is satisfied that it warrants consideration. Does the prosecution have a counter-argument it wishes to put forward? Well, there are a number of... yes! I counter completely. The prosecution's evasive response clearly shows that in much the same way as he nurtures the remnants of his top knot, he is clinging to lost hope. That burn! Oh shit, that burn! Ah, that burn! No! I feel that burn from all the way here. Ouch, he deserves that burn. Yes, he deserves it, everything. Look! Lost harp! Let's go. Oh, who said hold it? Who said hold it? Someone said hold it. Apply cold compress. I don't think the cold compress is gonna help. Oh, he threw down his hat. He means serious business. Yak! You pathetic, useless, fallen samurai. Fallen? Who are you calling fallen? My burgeoning growth is... I don't need a counter-argument. Third phase. Oh no, it's a third phase boss. What are you talking about? It should be blatantly obvious. I stole the poison, you say? Gave it to the victim, you say? Stabbed her, you say? Lots of fine theories. But I don't need a counter-argument because you don't have an argument yourself. Where's your evidence? In the pen, 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 in the pen? Huh? Yes, you make it all sound so plausible, don't you? But without evidence, it means nothing. Whereas I base my news on facts. Sorry. Facts? What do you mean? Explain yourself. I mean, what the professor said earlier in this trial. It's all here, in my many memos. Every word, every slip of the tongue. All noted. Tongue? Yes. Okay, let's go. That's what the Shoyu News is famous for. It's the power of the printed word. But surely it would be no easy task to steal a highly secret toxin from being developed for the government. Indeed, all visitors to the laboratory are thoroughly searched when they leave. Even if a thief managed to avoid being seen by myself or a colleague, getting the poison out would be very difficult. Come on with your last hurrah, dishonorable reporter. That's right, baby. That's right. How's that then? Blown the story wide open? See, I, Lighten Many Memo, a mere reporter from the Shoyu News, couldn't possibly have stolen that poison from the professor's laboratory. Gag! No, you got this. We have it. But there can't be any question of it. He must have stolen the poison that day. Wait, the poison hidden in the pen. It's in the pen. He stole it and used it to kill. And if that's the case, as you've identified, the poison itself is the definitive evidence we need. Because whoever stole it from the laboratory that day is the true culprit here. What's your point, you annoyingly handsome country bumpkin? You are... I'm starting to think you're nursing some kind of very unstraight tendencies, Many Memo, but like, I'm gonna let it pass because you are incredibly annoying, you know? Yes, Ryu Taro is indeed very handsome, but you of all people should not be saying that. I should be saying that, okay? Right, Marvin, right! Oh my god. My point is this. There is one way that you, Many Memo-san, could have stolen the poison that day. I have heard enough verbal conjecture now, thank you. What the court must be shown is evidence. What proof do you have that this witness stole the poison on the day in question? The proof, Your Excellency, is this fountain pen. A fountain pen? How can that possibly be relevant? These magical pens somehow seem to have enough ink to write many thousands of kanji characters. I believe they arrived in our country for the first time some 15 years ago now. Bah! I swear by a weasel hair calligraphy brush and nothing else, these newfangled pens are merely a fad. Well, as a forward-thinking man of words, obviously, I love my fountain pen. Suck up a soup con of sumptuous ink and want to work as awash with words in the blink of an eye. That's right. Fountain pens have a small reservoir in the barrel, into which ink is sucked up through the nib of the pen in order to write with later. What does all this talking of sucking up ink have? Ah! And just as it's possible to suck ink up into the reservoir, it's also possible to eject it through the nib again, of course. My word! Can this really be? Well, Many Memo-san? When you saw the deadly poison before your eyes in the laboratory that day, you used your fountain pen, your very lifeblood, to steal some of it, didn't you? By siphoning the poison up through the nib and into the pen's reservoir. Garg! There we go! More absurdity! That never happened! True, we've heard that there were procedures in place to prevent thefts like this from the laboratory. But would anyone have thought to look inside a fountain pen of all places? No, I'm a little ashamed to say that for fear of offending our guests, such a detailed search would not have been conducted. Oh! Well, this is quite startling, I must say. You need to improve that. You need to improve the security. I remind the court that this pen was found in the clutches of the victim when she died. In other words, it was dropped at the scene by Many Memo-san. Dun dun dun! So the crucial question is, when exactly was the pen dropped? Are you suggesting? The natural conclusion is that in your haste to act whilst the victim was distracted for a moment, you dropped the pen after you emptied the poison from it into her glass. There could be any number of alternative explanations. For example, the witness could have been using his pen to write down details of his conversation with the victim. I'm gonna just screenshot for future thumbnail use. And when shocked by one of her outrageous answers, the pen fell from his quivering hand. No, that can't be. If it was, how do you explain why the pen was devoid of ink? What? As you can see for yourself, if you examine the evidence, there would appear to be no ink present in the reservoir. What newspaper reporter goes to interview someone with nothing in his pen? No, the pen was dropped after the poison that filled its reservoir had been emptied into the victim's glass. Witness, what do you have to say in your defense? So this is how a modern justice system works, is it? So what if the ink in my pen runs dry? So what if my pencil snaps? Well, you seem to have an infinite supply of those, so really. I can always claw my way back into the game. I have plenty in reserve. Rag! Hey, no yeet! No yeet! Yamete! No yeet! You claim I sucked the poison up into my pen? That's wild speculation, nothing more. If you thought you could bring down a fine, upstanding citizen with a trick like that, think again. It looks as though it's going to take one final decisive blow to finish this matter. As I see it, the situation is now very simple. It rests upon whether or not this witness did indeed steal the poison on the day in question. And therefore, it all depends upon whether or not the defense can prove that he did with evidence. Let's go. Ha! No such evidence could possibly exist. Well, we have the substance we're gonna use to test for it. Many Memo-san, this is how our modern justice system works. What? In the courtroom, evidence is everything. Something you would do well to remember. Because we are well past the point of speculation at this stage, I assure you. Very well then, I call upon the defense to present the aforementioned evidence. This is it then. This will be the final piece in the puzzle. Ooh. The defense can prove by means of this item that it was the witness's pen that was used to steal the poison. There we go, the reaction! Yeah. Counsel, what is that bottle? This bottle contains the unique chemical reagent that can identify the poison in question. Yes, that poison is an entirely new synthesis of alkaloids developed by my colleagues and I. It would be impossible to detect traces of it by any other method. Or, from another perspective, simply with this chemical reagent, anybody at all could check for traces of the poison. Dun dun dun! A reagent? What? One drop of the contents of this bottle on the tip of your fountain pen, Many Memo-san. That's all it will take to solve this case beyond all reasonable doubt. No, you can't. I won't. Your crimes are bad enough, but at least know when to admit defeat. Your Excellency, the defense requests permission to carry out the test in the fountain pen on the fountain pen at once. He's just growling like a dog. Oh shit, he throwing the camera. This isn't my fault. Emperor Domi is trying to blow its head eyes. Yeah. Oh! Susato, with me! I'm there! Did I do it right? That was the Susato takedown, wasn't it? It's the disgraceful reporter, right? Yeet! Not quite. That was a real tower takedown. Why are they so hilarious? The instant the first drop of the reagent touched the nib of the fountain pen, it was clear to everyone present. Dun dun dun. When I saw it there in the lab, the poison, the devil got hold of me and I decided to do it on a whim. Yeah, that's what they all say, Lamau. Of course, just change the name of the takedown, it's completely different. You're right, Zero, that's exactly. You just change completely different. Yeah, done. Of course, blame the devil all the time. They always do that. They're like, oh, the devil took hold of me. Oh, that's why you freaking made that decision, you ass. Pitiful, right? He acting pitiful. I excused myself and emptied all the ink down the sink in the bathroom, washing the reservoir out carefully. And then you waited for an opportunity to suck up some of the poison, didn't you? Into your fountain pen. Yes, that's right. Answer me one thing, Many Memo-san. Why did you steal it? For what purpose? Isn't it obvious? To find out what it was made of and expose it in an article. I mean, it was a secret project after all. Too juicy for a journal like me to pass up. Then why did the English woman end up dead? You know, Aoichi's asking a very valid question. I went into that hut intending to quiz her on her situation. That's all. As a reporter, a known killer, enjoying full freedom, evading justice by leaving the country, I told her what I thought about it. And she just laughed in my face. Oh, what's this? A Far Eastern caveman purporting to practice journalism? Really? You must learn the difference between reporting and listening at doorways, you ignorant plebeian. Oh shit. What did you call me? This country, with its pretensions to a justice system, to a free pass, it's really very depressing. You see our superior ways in the West, yet you lack the mental capacity to emulate them. Get out of here, you oaf. Get out and crawl back into the cave you came from. He got called out, that's why. That's when I remembered about the deadly poison I happened to have in my pen at the time. What's a terrible tale? In my head, I knew I should just get out of there as quickly as possible, but I couldn't. I couldn't let her get away with what she'd done, when she clearly had no remorse at all. I suppose it was my journal spirit getting all fired up. Yeah, blame the journal spirit. Well then. I'd like to ask you something. Yes? You often talk about justice. But surely as a journalist, you could have used other means to deliver the justice you sought. There's no justice in the press. Sorry? After that trial 9 months ago, I kept digging and digging to find out what had happened in that courtroom. And finally, I discovered the truth. It was a cover-up, that's what it was. A cover-up? What do you mean? I would remind you of your position, witness. Be careful of what you say. Oh, come on! Doesn't it strike you as strange? We're suddenly not allowed to convict a foreign national? Consular jurisdiction should never have come into it. And yet that puffed-up English woman was going to sail away into the sunset a free woman. The only possible explanation is that, behind the scenes, some deal had gone down between Britain and Japan. What sort of deal? I'd done my research, dug up all the dirt, it was all ready to be published. But you know what happened? The editor just tore the article up. He came under pressure from the government, you mean? If our government is going to let criminals walk free, if they're going to crush the free press, then what choice do I have but to see that justice is done myself? Let's not forget, Minimemo-san, that you committed murder yourself and you tried to lay the blame at the defendant's door. I'm sorry, but you're no better than Giselle Brett. What? The truth is, you have no right to talk about justice at all. I suppose. Finally, he admits defeat, baby. It would appear that we have reached a conclusion in this trial at last. Counsel for the defense, Ryutaro Naruhodo. Oh! Yes, sorry, Your Excellency. Just musing in a manly way here. It's almost unbelievable that this is your first experience of the Supreme Court. It was an excellent performance. In truth, it very much reminded me of your cousin's exploits. Oh, Naruhodo. Ryonosuke. You mean? He reached the truth and she managed to help the judge cover up even more. What amazing work, Shiba. Whatever. Lol. The way he handled the trial 9 months ago and the way you handled this one, it gives me hope that we are genuinely entering a new era of justice in this land. That's very flattering, Your Excellency. Hearing the defense you put forward today made me feel most keenly that the future of our justice system will be forged by you and your contemporaries. Thank you. So, Prosecutor Aoki, do you have any final thoughts? He wants to commit seppuku! No! Isn't this seppuku? I should not be laughing, but he's silent and like there's this stand with a knife on. But Prosecutor Aoki? It's the only way to regain all of that's right. I, Taketsuji of the Aoki clan, have been bested by a callow youth not once now, but twice. If there was any shred of my former self left, it has withered and died here today. Gosh, your journey to cultural enlightenment sure took a while, didn't it?
Shut up, you Tarzan!
Silence! Rather than living on in shame, I will end it all now with this blade. For that is the true path to Aokiism. Aokiism? One hopes that's the only way in which he'll be modeling himself after the witness. Everyone's just watching, no one's stopping here. Sprig of my top knot, the time is right for farewell. Hope is lost forever. Taketsuchi. Go forth, cut it. He's crying. Cut. I told you he ended his hope. They even made the music sound so dramatic. Insane. She's praying. She's like... Susaki is praying. Everyone is treating this so seriously. What the hell? Susato sending thoughts and prayers. Farewell. Just hope you did well. Amitovo. Now, in regard to the defendant, Rei Membami-san. Yes, Your Excellency. I have reached my final verdict. I hereby find you... not guilty! Let's go! Oh, oh, yes, flower petals. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go! Let's go, let's go, let's go! They're praying for his hope. Pray for the hope. Court is adjourned. Let's go. 13th August, 2:38 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Defendant's Antechamber 3. It's over. My heart is still pounding it in my chest though. It's all I can do just to stay standing. When I look at his sexy back knife, lawyers have such a great responsibility, such a great burden to bear. Don't they, Naruhodo-san? Susato! Susato! Oh, thank you so much. You were so dashing in there. Rei and father. Honestly, I'm so touched by everything you've... Oh no, I think I'm going to cry. It wasn't easy, but together we made it. I was on the verge of tears at the end too. The only reason I'm still here is because of you. Oh no, I can't take all the credit. It took courage to tell the truth in there. You did wonderfully, Ray. So I would have to say that the congratulations belong to you.
Susato, don't be standoffish.
Sorry?
We're friends, equals, and the trial's over. Say no more of this formal super humility nonsense. It's time to celebrate with swagger, to throw caution to the wind.
Caution to the what? I'm the great defense lawyer Ryutaro Naruhodo, and I'm taking you out to a milk bar tomorrow. What?
Or something?
Right. I see. I'll think about it, right?
At any rate, we really knocked the wind out of that horrid man, and it felt so good. Yes, it was satisfying.
Milk bar? I don't know what's a milk bar.
It really was. Isn't there anybody else we could throw together?
I hope you're not looking at me, Ray.
Oh my goodness! No, of course not. Of course not.
There it is at last. Ray's lovely smile. You fought for your friend to the very last. As your father, I'm extremely proud of you. Defense attorney Ryutaro Naruhodo. Thank you, but I couldn't have done it without your help. Okay. Anyway, it's time to bid farewell to Ryutaro, I think. I shall miss him in a way, but it's back to Susato Mikotoba now.
So, I'll never see him again then.
What a terrible shame! Ray, that is indeed very, very straight of you. Yes, very straight. What is happening? Oh, they saw? Soseki-san and Inspector Hosonaga, I do hope you've been keeping well. Is that really you? Yes, I had to change my appearance for, well, obvious reasons, I hope. But it's me, Susato Mikotoba. Don't. So dashing, so divine. Everyone is having unstraight thoughts about Susato. It's okay, it's understandable because I too am having unstraight thoughts about Susato. No! Doubly dashing, yes, and devilishly divine. Just look at you. Cross-dressing is divine for sure, right? I had no idea Miss Susato-san Esquires that you were locum student Naruhodo-san Esquire's cousin? Astonishingly astounding ace attorney! So the mirror, very mindful. Poor Soseki-san, so confused. I still remember the first time I ever met him. He was in a prison cell in London. What an extraordinary conundrum it was that the unwitting student from Japan found himself embroiled in. But after Naruhodo-san's skillful defense at the Old Bailey, Soseki-san was free to return to Japan. Yeah, that was an insane one as well. And now he seems to have earned himself great fame as an author. I'm stunned! That's a truly impressive disguise! Even I had no idea, and I'm a chief inspector at the police bureau. Who came up with Mr. Turtle, no less? Turtle, Mr. Turtle, right, on his head. Hidden by the ribbon, I'm not sure you should be admitting to that, Inspector. Amazing! You're a woman of many faces, I see. Just two, really, and this was a once-in-a-lifetime event. I hope. Oh, I'm not a patch on you, though, Inspector. Well, I am a professional, of course. Look, he's so ready to fight, but like, there's blood coming off your mouth, sir. Please get that checked out, you know? I do worry about Inspector Hosonaga sometimes. I really do. 9 months ago, when he appeared here at the Supreme Court to testify, he was undercover disguised as the head waiter of a restaurant. Hi, Sayak, hello! And then on the steamship to Great Britain, of course, disguised as a sailor to keep us safe on the journey. Though that didn't help you, did it? Kazuma-sama. Kazuma. From my perspective, I have to admit that I have mixed feelings about all this. I mean, now the truth has been lost forever. What do you mean? I'm talking about the murder that the English woman committed at the end of last year. Huh, yes, it was an English doctor she killed, as I understand it.
What the dog doing? Hello, AU.
Miyori, do you accept EBT as donations? What's EBT? What's that? Ah, yes, it was an English doctor she killed, as I understand it. Dr. John H. Wilson, yes, the man I invited to Japan personally. The mystery is, why did she kill him? And now that the culprit herself is dead, we'll probably never know the answer. Food stamps. What? What? No, keep your food stamps for yourself. You clearly have food stamps because you need it. Don't give them to me. What the hell? Keep them and use them. On the voyage to Great Britain, we had a most unexpected encounter. With Mr. Sherlock Holmes, the great detective, I mean... Ah, there he is. I cannot escape him. Yes, I remember Mr. Holmes well, of course. Ah, my arch nemesis. How lightly you utter his name. Well, according to the stories published about him in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, the detective once had a partner who helped him solve crimes, a best friend. Friend, he says. I mean... And that man was an exceptional doctor of medicine by the name of John H. Wilson. What? Dr. Wilson? I just can't believe that it's a coincidence. I think that the English doctor of medicine killed here in Japan 9 months ago must have been the friend and partner of Mr. Holmes. Dun dun dun! And if that's really true, then the poor girl won't ever see her beloved father again. No, not Ariel. As you know, I traveled to Great Britain once myself to study. It was around the time you were born. Yes, grandmother told me about it. On returning to Japan, I took up my professorship at the Imperial Yume University. But I also serve another role, as an advisor to the government on diplomatic affairs. Yes, I was aware of that as well. In that case, I'm sure you understand that there are some confidential matters I cannot divulge to you. Could you just tell me one thing? Why did you summon me back to Japan? Oh, you got caught in a lie? It's been 2 months now since I returned. When I left England, it was because an urgent telegram had arrived from Japan. It said that you collapsed with a high fever and you were growing weaker by the day. What? Where did the news come from? That's what I like to know, because after that long sea voyage, I found you in fine health, Father. Was there something in Great Britain that you perceived might inconvenience me in some way? Or harm me? That's really the only explanation I can think of. Dun dun dun! Dear me. Do you reserve your most cutting glares for your father, Susato? I'm sorry, my dear. I simply can't. Dad! Let me go! Oh! Any memo? Many memo-san? So, one door wasn't enough for you? I've got one last thing to say before they take me away, Professor. Me? I know the truth. I know you had a hand in what went on. In that visiting student's fate. Visiting student? Giselle Brett, you mean? No, not her! The student of law who left for Great Britain 8 months ago. What? Student of law? He must mean... Kazuma-sama. are you talking about? What does any of this have to do with Kazuma-sama? Nobody here in Japan knows anything about it. They don't know that the guy never made it to England, that he died on the steamship, and that he'll never... Dang! The judge! Oh shit, the judge! I was not expecting the judge to make an appearance. Guys, can we talk for a moment? How cool the judge looks. It is indeed the judge throwdown. Let's go. Let me take a break to eat some pastry. The judge is just... You know, Judge, I underestimated you. I thought you were gonna be a background character. I was not expecting. This is too funny. This is way too funny. Help. Guys, let's look at the judge for a bit. Also, why is his beard like this? Sudden Kung Fu moves, that's right. If he's a background character, he would be bald and not with hair. Hey, don't insult him, okay? Well, I didn't expect to find him in here. What were you officers playing at? Terribly sorry, Your Excellency. Judge Wen Yit. I was coming to tell you that a rickshaw has arrived, Eugene. And it's a good job I came by. Yes, thank you for dealing with him, and I'll be there shortly. Oh, Your Excellency. The trial's over. I'm not Your Excellency anymore. Merely a father's friend. Seishiro Jikoku. Jikoku? Isn't that hell? And may I say that since I saw you last, you seem to have taken a more dashing appearance. Nothing happened? No, shh. First name basis? Yeah, first name basis. Susato? Did you know all along? From the start of the trial? The judge sees everything, Susato. I couldn't let you take the risk. If Seishiro here hadn't known and then he'd recognized you. So I had word in his ear beforehand. As an old friend. That this guy's fooled nobody. It fooled Ray apparently, and everyone else. So, Seishiro, shall we? Yes, having ruled on that case, we now have various diplomatic issues to address. Before you go, Father! Sorry, my dear. We shall have to return to our earlier conversation at a later date. But well done again, both of you. You did admirably. Oh, thank you very much. What did you think of my Seishiro sling, eh? It's been a while since I sent a man flying like that. Ha 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 ha. He really went, whee! Whatever could Father be hiding from me? About Giselle Brent? About Dr. Wilson? And now it seems, according to the reporter, about Kazuma-sama. I'm going to have to bring this up with Father sometime. When nobody else is around. Judicial Assistant Mikotoba-san is desu. Could I have a word? The cheap send people flying? I send people flying with my beautiful self and my light, you know. It often gets so radiant, people go, oh, and then they fly off, you know? Oh, yes, of course, Soseki-san. What is it? I think perhaps it could be fate that we're meeting again like this now. You see, there's something I need to tell you. Oh? I believe that
It may be related to the reason why your father summoned you back from England. This I have to hear. Please, Soseki-san, tell me at once. I will. As you know, my time in England was terrible, cursed. I have no doubt. Such awful things I was embroiled in. Thank goodness locums to the Naruhodo-san Esquire stepped in. After he secured my freedom, I couldn't wait to get on a ship back here to my homeland. Having arrived in Japan, I submitted a report about my experiences to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The next thing I knew, I had a visitor. It was your father, Professor Mikotoba. He wanted to ask me all sorts of things about my report. My father? He seemed to be especially taken with a particular part of the report. Anyway, he left eventually, having thoroughly quizzed me. But it was the very next day that he sent a telegram to you asking you to return to Japan. What was it then? The particular part my father was interested in? I don't really know exactly. But do you remember them? Those two terrible cases I was caught up in? Of course, I could never forget. I have forgotten. Your father seemed to concern himself mainly with the second case. The second one? You mean the one Mr. Sholmes forbade any of us to talk about in public? Which is why the only case involving you that any member of the public is aware of is the first. Well, I don't care! I don't have to listen to what that dastardly detective says. Anyway, the point is, it seems that case somehow holds the key to all these curious and unanswered questions. That horrific, hideous, heinous case. The case of the haunted lodgings. No, we have not done the case yet. Or Shiba hasn't done the case yet. Oh, I see. No wonder I have no memory of this place. That case somehow caused my father to summon me urgently back to Japan? I thought that whole business was over, but it seems I was wrong. Perhaps that was only the start. Perhaps the story is not yet told. Oh, shh. Hi, Mystical Helix. Hello. Is she going to join? Oh.
かの英国留学生の事件は決着がついたのでございます。大死院に立ってほんの少し分かったような気がいたしました。なるほど様が異国の法廷で何に立ち向かっているのかを。今日はもう一つお知らせしたいことがあって筆を取りました。夏目漱石様がおっしゃった2つ目の事件。父は何も語りませんが、あの事件にはどうやら大きな謎を解く重要な鍵が眠っているようでございます。あの事件の記録はお部屋の棚の左隅に残しておきました。よろしければ振り返ってみてはいかがでしょうか。日本はいよいよ夏の盛り、今日も抜けるような青空でございます。なるほど様、もう一度お会いしたく存じます。スサト。
She's writing to to Ryunosuke. All the feels and all the episodes, we finally finished. Let's go. Oh my god, that was insane. You're gonna alright this. I'm so sorry, Mystical Helix. You came just as I ended, but don't worry, the vault will stay up. Okay? Don't worry, the vault will stay up. My god, that was intense. What an insane first case, Amal. What an insane first case. Wow. Let me drink some beverages. Oh my god, it's like, oh, I mean, I was happy to see Shuaisato, like beautiful, beautiful, but like, what is the next one? What's the memories of the clouded kokoro? Memories of the the memoirs, sorry, the memoirs of the clouded kokoro. Wasn't there? Didn't we have like a story whereby we're talking about clouded kokoro? Is it related to that case? Because this is like this game is like part 2. Yes, we do. It's gonna be insane. How many parts are there? That's for you to find out. Is it gonna include Sherlock Holmes? Tragically, I guess. 5 episodes. Oh wait, 5 episodes? As in like 5 parts to it? 5 episodes. Oh, okay, 5 episodes. Just like the first game. Okay, got it. So 5 episodes. So I guess next week we'll be back with the next to start the next episode. Yes, definitely. Ooh, that's gonna be insane. That's gonna be really, really insane. Third case onwards is going to be very interesting. Oh no, May, is it gonna be very unstraight as well? I mean, all Ace Attorney games are kind of freaking unstraight, but like, I'm still asking, just because, you know, he's in the come at me stance. Unstraight. May, no, definitely unstraight. Oh no. Oh shit. you guys are like, yep, definitely unstraight. Oh. Your OTP is still right words, right? Right, Naramitsu, right, me? But we won't see them here. We'll only see you know, Phoenix Wright's ancestor. Naruhodo, Ryu Ichi. Hi Faye, you're back. And well then, I should say this right. Hi back. I'm Mio. I would love Miko Homudo. Who? Oh. Miko Topa is in the who? Suddenly my aircon became turned on. The father and Holmes? What the hell? Okay, I think I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out at some point. You guys seem desperate to hide it from me. Okay? So wait, but does this mean Holmes is a bottom? Now that is what's shocking me. No wonder inconsistency sees him as a bottom. I mean what? Right, anyway, for the rest of you who were not here for this unstraight discourse, yes, that was a very fun case. We were defending a pretty lady in a case of killing a pretty lady. Well, the pretty lady wasn't very pretty in the heart, but you know, she's gone now. It's okay, fine. The swan lady is dead, and we found out that the reporter stabbed her. Hey. Yeah, so tomorrow I have a morning interview. I couldn't do the morning interview. I don't want to do that. But I have to. So I cannot really stay for too much longer. So I believe next stream, all the best, thank you. I believe next scheduled stream should be on Sunday, where I'll be doing live tarot readings. So if nothing goes wrong, you guys should be seeing me then. Okay? Yeah, thanks for the well wishes for the interview. Interview, what topic? A job interview. What kind of interview are you talking about, Lamal? Yeah. It's the topic of please hire Shib. Yes. That's the topic of the interview. Yeah. Okay, so I guess I'll see you guys on Sunday for live tarot readings. If I feel like it, there may be more guerrilla streams, but I highly doubt it because interviews drain a lot of my energy. Yeah. So I guess I'll see you guys on Sunday. And everyone, please
have a good night. Okay, I hope you remain excited and ready to see me on Sunday. And those of you who have questions, I do free readings, simple readings for free, but free nonetheless. So please do come. Don't be shy. Okay, I'll see you then. All right. Yeah, we can stream Pockies. That's right. I'll see you guys then. All right then. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.